I would say that looking at the money that went into it, the time I invested into it, traveling to a different country, it was, mind you, it was COVID time, so the borders were closed. You had to go through so many immigration, so many wahala. It was too much. It was crazy. So looking at all those things I did, just for my feet to be decided in,
Yeah.
some 2 minutes or 3 minutes, my money just went down the drain. It was a long journey
Yeah.
back home. So looking at,
Yeah.
or considering all those factors, I was like, no, I'm not going to do this through an agent again. I'm going to do this myself. And then I had chanced on a couple of videos like online while I was, trying to study abroad. While I was using the agent, I saw a couple of videos, but I didn't really pay attention to them. So that was when, I was like, I need to go back to these videos, start something on my own, try and, do something on my own.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow. So you decided to do it on your own. Did you
exactly.
think you can actually do it on your own?
Yeah, yeah. I think, like I said, you have your best interest at heart
Yeah.
than anybody else. So,
Yeah.
though at the beginning it was tough, you know, trying
Mm.
to learn something new. That's how everything is supposed to be. When you're
Yeah.
trying to go into a new area, it's going to be tough because you're not
Yeah.
familiar with it. But with time, I
That's
think
true.
with
Yeah.
time and then determination, you get better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I've learned from this whole study abroad journey is you have to do it yourself, right? You have to do it
Yeah.
yourself. If you don't do it yourself, it drains your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
Especially at the interview.
appear. Mhm. You
Yeah.
just appear in front of the visa officer. They will ask you a question, and it's like you don't have so much information, so you
Yeah.
can't speak to it, and then
Yeah.
that is going to cause your downfall. Yeah,
Yeah.
even if you
That's
have a
true.
full scholarship, it is
Yeah.
going to cause your downfall. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to walk me through, step by step, what you did for you to eventually get the GA. Because I think somewhere in 2021 or 2022, you got an offer which wasn't 100%. So you decided not to take up that offer. So tell
Yeah.
me what you did, step by step for you to eventually get the full GA.
Okay, so one of the things that motivated me to go the second time with a scholarship was that um, one lady, I think after I was denied, one lady, went after me, and then she came out, she got it, and I don't fully remember what exactly she did, but I think she had a full scholarship. So I was like, okay, so yeah,
It's a
together
big
with some of the stories that I've heard and some of the videos I've heard, it means scholarships play, a major role in you getting your visa. So I was like, I'm not going to go there again. The second time that I'm going there, I'll make sure I have a full scholarship before I go there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
And
makes
then
sense.
looking at my experience, that was going to, kind of make my story different. Yeah.
Mm,
So, coming to some of the steps that I took to, get this full scholarship. Um, I applied, but before I did, I made sure I contacted the program director of my program, what I'm studying now. So I contacted him, and then I told him, I sent my portfolio, I told him about my experience, my interest, and then I spoke, like I attached my transcript and my CV as well. And then I showed interest in the program. You know, in that cold email, I didn't say anything about scholarship. I just expressed my interest in the program. So he actually kind of reached out to me, and then it was like, okay, I was a good fit. Yeah, I was a good fit for the program, so I can go ahead and apply. So after getting that email, we kind of had this exchange back and forth. So after a couple of emails, that was when I asked about the funding aspect, and it was like, yes, they give funding to international students.
mm,
So for me, that was kind of like a green light for me because I was so focused on getting a scholarship. If I had contacted the school and then the school was like, I'm not giving any, we don't have scholarships, so I'll just put the school aside. It doesn't really, no matter my interest, or I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
Some people are so hell bent on, you know, going to Harvard or going to Yale. even if you
Yeah.
come at a cost. But why pay when you can study for free?
Yeah.
So that
That's
was
true.
my focus. If I reach out to a school and they tell me they are not offering scholarship, I just put it aside.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I focus on the ones that would give that would give me
Yeah.
scholarship. I think that was what increased my chances. And then I also asked about GRE. Fortunately for me, my department was waiving GREs at the time. I think they are still
With
waiving
it.
GRE. Yeah. So we stayed in touch. We exchanged a couple of emails. If there's anything I didn't understand, you know, I I asked, and I made sure that I didn't ask any question that was directly stated on their website. I asked
Mm.
questions that were
Yeah.
specific to my needs. Yeah,
That makes
and
sense.
yeah, she. So because of the like the chat that we had, the rapport that we had, he sent me an info session, like a link for an info session about the. So they were having an info session about the program, what they do, the opportunities that were available, what you can do with the program after you graduate, and all that. So he sent me that, and then I joined. Fortunately for me, that day when I joined, I think we were about six, together with a couple of faculty members who were there to enlighten us about the program. So during the info session, we were active, we were asking questions, so they kind of got to know everybody and all that. Yeah. So after that, a couple of months, that was in I think that was in either May, June, or July. After some months, I applied. I put in the application, and I got a response from them after December. That was January. Yes, I got a response after December, January. So the admission came without the scholarship, right? It came without the scholarship, but I kept sending emails. I kept in touch. I kept sending emails. I also sent code mails to other professors in my faculty as well, showing interest in their research and all that. So I think that was what did the magic for me. Yeah.
About your portfolio, what you mentioned it. What is it? What did you put in your portfolio? What is the portfolio? What was it about?
Okay. So my experiences first, my academic credentials, and a couple of essays that I had written about my program. Like that was in line with my program. So
Okay.
it wasn't a requirement. It wasn't a requirement, but you could add it. I researched on their website, and then they were like, you could add write-ups if you want to, if you have it and you want to. So in order to make my application competitive, I added a couple of write-ups, and I think that also helped because
Okay.
mind
Right.
you,
Write-ups.
mhm.
Did you have like a research paper that you had published?
Okay, so when I didn't write any research
Okay.
paper. So
Okay.
um, I did a couple of write-ups, some essays, maybe a 1 to 5 page essay,
Okay.
academically written essay with references, and all that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did like 3 papers about my program, and yeah, I submitted it as part of my my portfolio.